Toasty,
Oh my
Jennifer.
goodness. All I remember is the clip I had posted a couple months ago when Toasty was talking about Nibbles, Jack and Flav, and all that.
Did you believe her when she told y'all that?
Yes. I believe that all the girls were doing something but me, and I'm going to tell you why. When he asked me to do it with him, and I said I was celibate, I knew right then he's only asking me because they already did something. Do you get what I mean? And I'm the only one who hasn't. So at that moment, when she said that, I believed her. But Nibbles was my roommate too, and Nibbles is a real bitch. She's very freaky, and she's very open. So I knew about Nibbles because she will tell you her shit. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when Toasty, I knew also Nibbles told me some things. See, the girls didn't know me and Nibbles talked too a lot, and she told me some things about. She would be like, she wouldn't say everything because I guess Flav didn't like telling his business, but she would tell me some things to insinuate things. So I knew what was jumping off, but she wouldn't tell me exactly what happened. But I knew that her and Toasty, some little funny stuff was going on. So I told her what Toasty said. And that's when she said, oh, really? Because I know all her fucking secrets. And remember, she said that. I know all her fucking secrets. So then that's when I was like, and she started telling it because she got mad that Toasty was telling us shit. So then I knew, oh, y'all is up in there doing some shit. Cause she basically said, yeah, we was both in there. That's what she said. So that's when I'm like, oh, so y'all hoes just up in here getting it popping. So that's how that happened. Cause Nibbles will tell you, like, yeah, I sure did, but that bitch was up in there too. So why so that's what she told me. Nibbles admitted, yeah, I was jacking off. But she was too. So what the fuck is she telling y'all some shit, trying to start some shit like I'm just a hoe when she a hoe too? That's what Nibbles said.
I hate to stop here and talk about Flav's penis, but I remember an interview in New York in recent times talking about how big it was. Like, New York talks about it like it was just like some monstrous, long, big fixture.
Well, I wouldn't know.
Did you hear any other girls talk about it?
Nibbles told me.
What
I
she
think that's why I
said?
believed it. Because New York is such a character.
Uh huh.
I don't know what to believe sometimes. Sometimes I think maybe she's putting on. I don't know at the
Mm-hmm.
moment. But when Nibbles told me, I'm telling y'all, Nibbles is so open. Like
Mm-hmm.
you will trust what she said. She told me. She said he's hung like a horse. That's what she told me.
Girl, how gagged were you at that elimination when it was down to Nibbles and Toasty, and Flav whips out this new photo of Toasty, and it's like, you do porn.
I couldn't believe it. We were all shocked and scared. Like, what the fuck he gonna pull on us? Like, not saying we did that. But in my head, I got nervous. You know how you be nervous at the doctors when you get your AIDS test and you like, you ain't got it, but you just nervous. That's how I felt. Like, I felt like I know I ain't did porn, but I'm scared as fuck right now. I was terrified. Like, and then we really didn't know we didn't have nothing on us. But then remember, back then there really wasn't no internet. So in my head, I'm like, where did he pull? It was internet, maybe, but you know what I mean? It wasn't like now where we have phones, everybody has
Mm-hmm.
a laptop. It was different. Like, so I was thinking, how did they find
Here's
that?
what I think. Here's what I think. I think maybe she told them she had taken nude photos, because in my brain,
Mm-hmm.
taking a nude photo and doing porn is two complete different things. It's one thing to take your shirt off and pose sexy and be nude. It's another thing to be on tape getting a dick shoved down your vagina. You know what I'm saying? That's two separate things. So I can see where she was like, when they asked her, have you ever done porn? If she had never done a flick or had sex with anyone on camera, I can see why she said, no, I've never done porn.
But she told Nibbles. So now that you said that, it makes me think production could have went to Nibbles and said, because Nibbles said on camera, I know her porn name. I think she said it to me. And I said, really?
Oh,
So
Nibbles did
maybe they
say
went
that.
to
Nibbles
her
did say that.
and she
Uh-huh.
they probably asked Nibble behind the
Natalia,
camera.
did she say? What's her
Yeah,
porn name?
Natalia. Yep. And maybe they asked her and then Googled it.
And then
You get what I'm
Googled it and
saying?
found it.
They had to, because I know for a fact Nibble said her stage name was Natalia. She put it all on blast when she told Flav. And she told me, she was just like, I said, really? But in my head, when she told me, I didn't think too much of it because wasn't Laylene on season 1? Wasn't she a stripper? So I didn't even think that this would be something like you know what I mean?
And then, now that I think about it, her and her and Nibbles would have been cool because Nibbles was openly about her being a sex worker on the internet with her pole and stuff like
That's why
that.
they were fucking him together. You see what I'm saying? That's what they were doing until Toastee tried to out her. That's so if they were buddies, fuck buddies.
Oh
You
my
see what I'm saying? They
God.
were. So Toastee drunk ass came to us and was being messy.
She was drunk. I love that. Next on the list is Nibbles.
Nibbles is a freak.
Oh my God.
She is a freak. She one of the girls that I feel what they call Instagram models now. Like she gets down, but I love Nibbles because Nibbles kept it real. Like she, like anything she do, she gonna tell you, yeah, I'm a hoe, or yeah, I do this, or yeah, I sucked his dick, or yeah, I did this. You know what I'm saying? So I like the fact that she kept it real, like, and all the time from what I've known. And she was my roommate. So I talked to her, a lot.
A lot. Dare I ask some of the things she used to come back and tell you that she was doing with Flav?
From what I remember, she would just say, like I said, she would kind of insinuate because I guess he didn't want her telling. So she was kind of secretive at first, and I would try to get things out. But she would just try to say things like, well, we just spent the night with him. But when Toastee came, that's why I said that's when she kept revealing things. But more so, it was like, what's the word when someone has revenge and they're just telling it all, but I don't know the order. You get what I'm saying? So now she just mad saying stuff like, well, we be in there with him all the time and she was jacking him off too. So I don't know the order, but she telling me, and she said he was hung like a horse. So I'm like, y'all probably was fucking together, all types of shit. Who knows?
Next on the list is Buck Wild.
You want me to tell you what I feel of her now? Or like
it's really whatever, it's however you want to respond.
I'll just do it from the show, I guess. Buck Wild to me was wild.
Okay.
It was just a wild personality. I felt like she was a nice girl, and when we talk. But that was more of a character too, as far as Buck Wild goes. I think she was a sweet girl.
She could not have been on TV. But you know what? I say that. I'm sorry, but we got people like Danielle Bregoli, the little Catch Me Outside girl. Never mind.
Oh.
I was about to say Buck Wild would have got dragged, but never mind. I had to correct my own self.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Iggy Azalea. Yeah. Before all this, it was Buck Wild. She was
the first. Yeah, then Buck Wild was the first. Look, she better start putting her claim on it.
Yeah. What about now? What was you
about to say about now? No, we just got into it on the Shade Room comments.
What was my cousin? I'm missing out on everything.
So I don't go through comments. I think it's corny. Especially when they talking shit, because we know they all want to be besties in the comments when they talking shit. So I had got into it with Bucky, and this was she was talking shit, and I talked my shit, and it ended up on the Shade Room with me saying she looked like DW from Arthur. And my cousin calls me and says Buck Wild's in the comments talking shit. And I said, where? So she had to show me. Because I said, I know this bitch ain't talking shit because I live in Vegas. So she came to Vegas with Safari. And at the time, me and Safari were friends. And Safari told me she didn't want to come out the room because she was scared that I was going to beat her ass. Because I forgot what she did, but I told her next time I see you, I'm going to beat your ass. So Safari said she's scared to come downstairs because she said you're going to beat her ass. And I said, I'm not going to beat her ass. I want to have fun. They was in Vegas. I really wasn't going to fuck with her. She really did not come out the room. So me and Safari just went out. And so I said, I know this bitch ain't talking shit when you was just scared to come out the fucking room and you on the Shade Room comments talking shit. So that's kind of like, after that, we had words in the DM. I'm going to fuck off. Like, bitch, I'm telling her everything I'm telling you. Bitch, you was just out here. If you had something to say, bitch. I forgot what she said in the comments. It was some corny ass shit like she always say. It didn't even match what me and old girl was talking about. Maybe she said something like, it's old. Bitch, it's not old. You don't know what the fuck going on with me and old girl. She keep making comments because she intimidated by me and my motherfucking worth. That's what the fuck it was. I said, so I checked the bitch. I said, bitch, you don't even know what the fuck you talk about. Stay in your room like you was when you came to Vegas. So we had a couple words. I was in her DM. She was like, if you want to fight me, I'm old. So we could just fight and get it over with. I said, bitch, stop talking. I just want you to stop talking shit and acting like you with it. If you're not, if the energy you have in these DMs, keep it that way. You don't know what's going on with me and her. You know what I'm saying? Why are you trying to be funny when it's not fucking funny? I forget, she said some corny shit. But I just didn't like you chiming in. But when you saw me in person, or could have, you had nothing to say and was scared as fuck. So like, I'm like, that is stupid. You know, I don't like people like that. Like, it's like, no, if you're scared, stay scared. But don't go in the comments now. You know what I'm saying?
And be getting all hype and crunk.
Yeah, and you hype and crunk talking shit. So we squashed it in the DM, but
oh, well, that's good.
I let her know what it was. I said, just don't do that shit. So we agreed and kept it moving. I told you that was the only issue that I had. I don't like fake stuff. Like, don't do shit for the gram. Stop doing that for the comments. You know, the Shade Room famous for that. People will say all that types of shit. Yeah. Everybody that fuck with me or been around me know I'm cool as fuck. But just don't play with me and be dumb. Like, stop being stupid. Like, if we don't have a problem, don't make it a problem.
Yeah.
You know?
1 second, y'all.
It's like I'm giving y'all a whole story on each person.
Oh, but bitch, I'm enjoying it. I'm so entertained right now. That's what I'm saying. You need to do a podcast. You are so entertaining. All right. Now, I wasn't going to say her name, but I heard you say it, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. Next on the list is Buckeey.
What I feel?
I'm going to let you respond how you want to respond, okay? Because you ain't going to cuss me out. I don't want to get cussed out.
She just make the Flavor of Love look bad. Because when you get on a show, you need to be the star of the show. There wouldn't have been a Jocelyn. So I just think, you know, it just makes us look really bad. You know, when New York's on a show, she's the star. When I'm on a show, I'm the star. I didn't even win Charm School. It was about me. And I just think when you get on a show, you know, we're rooting for you like Tyra, and you just ruined it.
Okay.
Because I don't know why there's a Jocelyn when you're on there. And we're supposed to be icons. Well, you are. Right?
Is that all you want to say?
I just feel bad that she ain't pulling through. You know, it just makes us look really bad.
Is there a possibility that you two can ever reconcile? And if so, what would have to happen?
Never.
Okay.
And I will tell you why.
Okay.
We have had mutual friends try to put us together. And when I told them why not, some understood. Because I don't play with my kids. She has been around my children when they were very little, and my ex-husband. And she has publicly said nice things about my kids and my husband when I'm around. And we got into we were like sisters. We got into a little spat. And I had no clue she had an issue with me, but we have each other's number. She had just left my home. We got into it on Twitter at the time. It was Twitter. I called her. She hung up in my face, but then was on Twitter talking shit. So I talked my shit and I told her that's weak as fuck. That's cowardly. You know what I'm saying? Because you just want, back then it wasn't called clout, but it was more so like, let's get this online, you know? Because she tried to hang up like a coward. Make a long story short, I was telling her about this hating ass bitch from back in the day, not from the show, that knew of me and she wanted to be me. And I told her about the girl. You know how you tell your friends. And back then, now people know people that stalk them. You know, they'll put them on blast. Back then, this is new to us. But I was telling her she's making fake pages of my kid. So after, make a long story short, when me and her fall out, she goes and follows this page that is talking shit about my daughter. Then she goes she follows the page knowing what I told her. And I said, ever since then, I'll never fuck with that bitch. Never. You fuck with my kids, bitch. I don't give a fuck. First of all, I don't give a fuck what me and any of these girls go through. I will never talk about their children.
Mm-hmm.
Only time I've talked about somebody's kids is when they talked about my family.
Mm-hmm.
That was Laylene. And you know, a lot of people, we gonna get to that though, but a lot of people will say, well, you talked about Laylene. No, bitch, I talked about her kids when she talked about my mother. I didn't have kids, so she couldn't talk about my kids. You get what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
she tried to talk about my family, and the only thing I knew of her was her kids and how she didn't take care of them. So I can say what the fuck I want when you start crossing boundaries. So, you know, a lot of people will say, oh, you did this. No, bitch, I did it for a reason because she talked about, people forget that. You know, they want to
Mm-hmm.
ignore that because I've overpowered her ass. But going back to Buckeey, yeah, I would never fuck with her because you don't talk about nobody kids. One of my friends ended up going at it with her that she met through me. And then
Mm-hmm.
she tried to unfollow the page. And she told my friend, this is what my friend told me, that she said, you know, Larissa and me and like sisters, we fight. Nah, bitch, you coming in doing some funny shit like that. When you know, it was like a hate page towards me, but the girl had put up pictures of my child and was saying weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
So when Shay's following that page, when I already told her what the girl was doing, she's seen this page before. I showed it to her. So for you to do that and thought that was cute and that has to do with my child, I will never fuck with you again. I will never. And a lot of people will point out things that's going on with her and her child to me, and I don't want to hear it. But they'll say it's karma, and I say I don't look at it because I don't boast in other people's kids or whatever. But from what I hear, she's getting karma anyway for that.
Oh my
You know,
god.
talking about people's kids.
Oh my god. Um.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's the only reason. If it had nothing to do with my child, we probably could. But I feel that's very evil. And it wasn't even nothing serious like that. But bitch, you playing with my kids, you playing with me. This is like that. You don't do shit like that, especially when you met my kids. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You've been around my kids. You've been in my home, stuff like that. I don't like shit like that. But she always been a jealous bitch anyway.
Oh my god.
Matter of fact, let's spill some more tea
Oh
because
my
I'm
god.
just in the mood. The reason why, because you know, a lot of people talk shit, but I'm gonna tell you why I say she's jealous because she is. There are facts. You remember when I did the Fabolous video?
No, baby.
So
Enlighten me.
I
I'm
did a
sorry.
Fabolous music video. I was the lead girl.
Which songs I can go look at after we
Baby
done?
Don't Go.
Okay.
Baby Don't Go by Fabolous. I am the lead girl in the video. Back then, you know, we didn't have, like I said, the Instagram to hit up the artist or the model or whatever. So in order to get to me, remember, me and Shay were not cool, but Shay wanted to be in this video so bad they used her to get to me, got my number, gave it to Fab because he was looking for me.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me to name my price. He wanted me to be the lead. I did with it. He flew me out the next day. We did the video. In the middle of the video, this bitch yelling and screaming, not knowing. So you know when you do the videos, the music's really loud.
Mm-hmm.
So they had cut the music off to direct. And in the middle of them cutting it off, you hear her screaming. Why the fuck is she in the video more than me? Why the fuck y'all got her as the fucking lead? I don't have no parts. So I'm listening. Everybody hears this. Everybody. So I think somebody like the director ran back there to tell her to shut the fuck up or whatever because everybody can hear. Whenever I saw her next, when she walked up to me, I asked her, so what the fuck you was yelling about? Just to see what she was gonna say. Because I heard her. She goes, nothing. What are you talking about? I wasn't yelling. I said, you was yelling. I heard you. She goes, oh, nothing. So I just looked at her. That's when I knew, oh, you a jealous ass bitch. You jealous and you mad. Because I guess that's why I'm saying they must have told her, you'll be the lead with Bootz to give my number. Does that make sense? So Fab can get me.
I
She
get
was
what you're
upset
saying.
that I was
Woo!
the girl and she was used to get that girl. And I tell everybody, even if you look at every season, it's no shade to nobody. It is what it is. I put in my work. I'm that girl. You know what I'm saying? But it just seemed like you got so angry and you're screaming. I just wish I would have recorded it, but you know, back then it wasn't like now.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm pretty sure if it was like now, somebody would have recorded that shit. But everybody on that set know what I'm talking about. Like, she was screaming at the top of the mad as fuck because she was the sidekick.
Oh my god.
I'm Batman and she's Robin.
Oh my god. All right. Well,
That was the little tea to that, but I like to support why I say things because you know when people say, "Oh, she's just hating because so and so." No, there's no hate here. There's facts to back up why I feel the way that I feel and how I know that. I don't bother anybody. I was nothing but a good friend to her. And at the end of the day, you don't play with my fucking kids. You don't play with me because you a fucking jealous ass bitch. You don't do shit like that. And then when we got into it on the Shade Room, that's why she said, oh, I don't know how it started was, you know how people ask you questions on Instagram. She tried to be funny and say, I don't know why Bootz don't like me. It's probably because of my success. I said, bitch, what success? What Forbes list are you on? Please let me know. Because I never seen you on the Forbes. That's when I would be jealous of somebody. Other than that, bitch, what are you talking about? Because you're not a Jocelyn. Hell, from what I found out, you wasn't even a main cast member. But you're an icon, though. Get the fuck out of here. Always been the sidekick. Always been the side bitch. Always. So let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I'm just tired of that narrative. You know, trying to play
I don't
with
know
me.
if to shake my head. Yes, no, maybe so.
I'm just saying, I mind my business. I care about people, but you're not gonna, you know what I'm saying, do some crazy
No, I hear
ass
you.
shit. You know, you're not. And saying stuff like that, like I'm jealous. Bitch, you have nothing to be jealous of. Nothing.
Zeus needs to bring back that show, The Conversation, and write the check for both of y'all to sit across from each other. Because they got the money. Zeus got a lot of money.
From what I hear, they asked and she said no.
Would you have done it?
I sure would have. Because me and Bobby are cool, and Bobby told me he wanted us to do it. And I said, I would be down. You know me. She ain't gonna. This is the thing. People don't like for them to get called out because what she did was fucked up. So when people hear that you were talking about my child and you did that type of shit, people don't want to be put on blast. So really all it's gonna be is she can't defend that. Does that make sense? So us having a conversation, it wouldn't even make sense because she don't want to look bad. Who would? Because what she did was foul as fuck. And it shows. I have so much. It shows you're just jealous. She don't want to look like she a jealous bitch. She don't want to look like that. I will call that shit out like it is.
Ooh, child.
And you know, some bitches know they can't go against me. They can't. They can't. Matter of fact, I think somebody told me she was on her live. Let me say this too, because we're going to have to confront this shit that she said, I'm not going to give her that. Baby, I am the clout. Because let me have been on any platform, I'm always the star. That speaks for itself. So the comment of you wouldn't give me this, you couldn't give me shit because you couldn't give yourself nothing. So she made that comment, basically saying it. She wasn't, I guess, thought she was somebody and was going to give me something. You couldn't give yourself a damn thing.
Larissa, you don't give a fuck.
No. No, I don't.
You don't give a fuck or a good goddamn.
You know, it makes me mad when people get mad at people like me because I tell the truth. It has nothing to do with clout. I am the clout. Everybody knows when I do things, you know, I'm very authentic. That's why season 2 was what it was. People like people who are outspoken, who tell the truth. They don't want a follower, somebody scared to say certain things. I keep it all the way 100. And when I keep it 100, it makes people that are fake look crazy.